Hey gorgeous soul, I'm Zoe and welcome to the Oasis State podcast, where we dive deep into all things emotion, energy and intuition. Remember to follow and share the pod, and let's get into it. Hello my gorgeous love, and welcome back to another episode. In this episode, we are going to decode the art of letting go. And, you might already have had a visceral response in your body by reading the title of this episode and listening to me say the phrase letting go. Because it is, when misunderstood, can be shrouded in a lot of fear and a lot of confusion and basically be labeled as a disempowering or an unfair experience. And I just wanted to record this podcast today to basically become the PR manager for letting go and offer you some, a newer, more empowering perspective on letting go so that you can do just that. So for some context, when I woke up this morning, I was feeling quite flat. I was feeling quite heavy. Energetically, I'm feeling quite contracted right now, and ideally we want to be in quite an expansive state because it feels nice, it's light, it's easy breezy, and we're experiencing life through a lens of trust when we're in an expansive state of being. I was on the other end of the spectrum this morning and feeling quite contracted and heavy, and I realized it's because I am holding on too tight. And basically an analogy for what holding on too tight feels like, or, how to understand it in a different way, is that, just by being a human being, I'm not coming on here to slam myself like, oh, I woke up in a contracted state. That's just the human experience. It's constantly an invitation to find tools and practices and the compassion and self-awareness to come back into these more aligned vibrations. And so me waking up this morning in this state is not a sign that I'm doing anything wrong. When we're on our evolutionary journey, a huge part of that is our deconditioning journey. So, we have maybe 30 years of, outdated programming, like belief systems and stories and, limitations that we have been fed to us for, like I said, 30 years, or maybe even lifetimes. You might be working through some ancestral stuff or some wounds from your past life. So when you're on your empowerment journey and you're committing to evolving to become the best version of yourself and embody your highest timeline, compassion is a huge part of that, because we are unraveling, like I said, years, if not lifetimes of programming that no longer serves us. So letting go, the idea of letting go, has probably been, publicized, whether that's in your greater sphere, so your osmosis, so, social media and podcasts and all that stuff, might not have been, marketed as a very enjoyable experience. And I'm here to offer you some wisdom and some guidance and just a more empowering viewpoint of this very, very necessary part of our journey. Even if you don't resonate as someone or identify as someone that's moving through your empowerment journey, change is the only constant in our lives. So you have probably been invited multiple times in your life already to let go. And it's just the way the cookie crumbles. We think that, something good is in our life and we want it to stay and that everything will be fine. But the whole ethos behind letting go is that we are mourning or grieving old versions of ourselves that might have had particular circumstances, people, places, or things in our lives to foster that development. So inevitably, when it's time for change to come along in our lives, whether you feel like you initiated it or not, there will be an invitation to practice the art of letting go. And it's not unfair. It's not something that you're doing wrong. It's not a passive experience. It's part of the journey. It's part of life, because as I mentioned, everything in life is temporary, and we need to be coming into more of a state of surrender and trust on this journey, and realize that the art of letting go is actually, sorry, I want to get emotional. It's such a It's such a courageous and empowering thing, and it sends a beautiful message, such a strong message to the universe and to your higher self that you trust and that you believe in a better life and better relationships and a better job and better circumstances, whatever the T's and C's are, like the gaps that you need to fill in with your experience as you're listening to this. It's by understanding the art of letting go, it's sending such a beautiful message to the universe that you are committed to the best life experience that you can have. And I understand that the art of letting go comes with some experiences of complication or an experience of confusion, because letting go means that we are detaching from a known circumstance, again, people, places, or things, and we are cutting the cord on that. We are bringing our power back to ourselves, and we are committing to feeling safe and being in a place of juicy surrender with the unknown. So yeah, letting go can be really uncomfortable, but I'm here to remind you that that discomfort is only temporary. And the more that you practice the art of letting go, the more familiar you come with the experience. And even though you will be thrust into the unknown, or you feel hard done by, like, oh, there's another thing I need to let go of, another relationship I need to grieve, another friendship that's, not meeting my standards, etc. You're wasting your time and energy by feeling like a victim because you're being invited by a particular circumstance to let go. Because the art of letting go, like I said, is the most courageous and empowering thing that you can do. Sorry, I've had to actually press record on this episode a few times today because I just kept getting tongue-tied. So I'm sorry if I've already repeated myself, but I might have mentioned on this one or an older recording that I woke up feeling very flat and heavy today. So I wanted to record this episode to remind myself why I'm on this journey, and that I have the power to pivot back to a place of expansiveness and juiciness and complete trust and surrender. So I'm emotional because I need to hear this as well, And yeah, like I said, surrender is surrender is part of letting go. And if you're listening to this and on the fence about oh, should I let this go, etc., etc., I want you to check in with your state of being right now. You've obviously pressed play on this episode, so you're in some state of limbo with letting go, or perhaps you have already let go but want, a refresher or, a bit of a pep talk and a reminder that it was the right thing to do. And it's just important to really check in with your state of being. And if you're feeling contracted in your energy, are you feeling really tight? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling confused? Are you feeling disempowered? These are all signs that you are holding on too tight to whatever it is. Like I said, fill in the blanks with whatever you need to be letting go. Is it a job? Is it a relationship? Is it a desire, etc.? And when you check in with yourself and you don't feel like the best version of yourself, you don't feel happy, you don't feel relaxed, you don't feel in a state of trust, this is your sign that you are holding on, and the thing that you need to let go of has run its course, and that's okay. Nothing in life is permanent. So even the thing that you're letting go of might not exit your life forever, but if you're feeling like you're outsourcing your power to this person, place, thing, circumstances, etc., and it's not making you feel like the best version of yourself, it's an indication that it is not meant to be a part of your life right now, because it does not support this particular version of yourself that, is in this present moment. So the whole ethos behind letting go is coming back into our feminine energy. And I always talk about masculine and feminine energy, and it's such a beautiful lens with which I see life and understand life, because like I said, when we are invited to let go of something, we can go into our victimhood mentality and we can think, oh, fuck, why do I have to let this go? Or why is this happening to me, etc. And now I understand masculine and feminine energy as well as I do. I realized that it's not, an invitation to let something go is not a sign that I have done anything wrong, that I'm on the wrong path, etc. If I'm feeling resistant to letting go, or contracted or flat or tired, all of the, things that I was feeling this morning, it's a sign that I'm too rooted in my masculine energy right now. So masculine energy is all about logic. It's about action, taking action. When you're in your, highest healthy expression of masculine, the actions that you're taking are aligned actions. But a lot of the time we're existing in an unhealthy state of our masculine. So you're just taking actions from a misaligned place. They're not divinely guided actions. And you'll find yourself pretty fucking quickly sinking into a place of fear-based control, and your actions will replicate that energetic state of being that you're in. So when you're being invited to let go, you're just being invited to come into your feminine energy. And this is not gender specific, guys. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Masculine and feminine energy is yin and yang, and the idea is to find a beautiful sense of alignment with our relationship with life, with our inner union, with ourselves. Like, there's just so many ways that masculine and feminine energy are applied to our experience. And I just wanted to start off there with, like, that's the whole ethos behind letting go, is that you're not doing anything wrong. You're not hard done by. You're not a victim. You're just, if you're feeling uncomfortable or resistant to letting go, you're just stuck in your masculine energy and not the healthy masculine energy. You're stuck in an unconscious healthy masculine, and you're in a fear-based control space. And it's an invitation to come back to our feminine energy. So our feminine energy is trust, surrender, creativity, gratitude, and basically the whole, general theme of your feminine is that we are moving into a space of receiving. And a lot of us struggle to get into our feminine because it feels like we're losing control by, you might be listening to this like, but no, like I need to do X, Y, Z, or I need to have this conversation with the person and then they won't leave me, or blah, blah, blah. But can you just feel the energy behind that? It is so disempowering. And that's why you're feeling flat and contracted and tired and confused, is because you're outsourcing your energy to a particular person, place, or thing. And you are being invited by the invitation of letting go to just bring and call your energy back to yourself. And that's how we get into our feminine energy, is by taking our hand off the steering wheel and being like, all right, life, I'm really, really feeling the discomfort of this situation in my life. And it might be a past situation that you can't let go of. It might be the potential of a future situation that you can't let go of. But the whole idea is that your power comes from your ability to be in the present moment and be grateful. And that's feminine energy, when you are in the present moment, completely with no conditions around you, having the power to control your mood or your relationship with life. That's when you're actually coming into your power. So your resistance to practicing the art of letting go is actually the thing that is tiring you. Whereas you're like, you might have, you're like, like I said, I'm just mirroring back to you through this episode these lessons that I need for myself. So I'm right in the trenches with you guys, and so don't take any of this like too personally. It's not an attack in any way, and if you are feeling attacked, it's just because I'm pushing on your ego, and I am sort of poking holes in the illusions of fear and the limiting stories that you're telling yourself by trying to, quotation marks, keep yourself safe, by not stepping into your power and practicing the art of letting go. And it's actually the ticket to the freedom that you're looking for. If you want the joy, the ease, the sense of empowerment, the confidence, the courage, and everything, it comes through this portal of letting go and shifting from your masculine energy into your feminine energy. And it's basically sending a message to the universe that I am calling all of my energy back to myself. Because like I said, maybe you're still looping in a past situation and you can't let it go. So by situation, that's a very general term. So this could be, ruminating on a relationship ending, or, a friendship that's not feeling very great, or a job that's not feeling very aligned, or a conversation that didn't make you feel very good, etc. And you might be in a highly anxious state, which is an indication that you are projecting into the future and you are putting all of your eggs into one basket, wanting a particular circumstance, or result from a situation. So again, a person, a place, a thing, an opportunity, a job, whatever it is. And it's so disempowering because you have the ability to completely zoom out on your experience with life and embody this beautiful state of unconditional love and acceptance for yourself and for your life and what's going on around you. So it's so beautiful. I love this stuff. And when you're outsourcing your power to a particular circumstance or wanting, a particular result, you have taken yourself from this beautiful, high vibrational, zoomed out, unconditional space of love and acceptance and joy, and you have zoomed straight in to this tiny little piece of the puzzle, which you think it's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not. Like, it's just that you over time have forgotten that you already have everything that you need. You already have the love that you are seeking. You already have the empowerment and the wholeness and the connection that you are seeking from the particular circumstance or result that you want. And that is what's going to happen as you start exercising the art of letting go. It is sending that message to the universe and to yourself that you already have everything that you need. And that's the most fucking frustrating part about letting go, is that, or I don't know, letting go or the manifestation process or just the energetics of life. It's this fucking annoying paradox that when you are in a place of not needing or wanting for anything, all of the things that you want and need will find you, because they're not filling a void and you're not outsourcing your power. You have found this beautiful sanctuary, oasis, if you will, within you, and that magnetizes and broadcasts out to the universe. So that is feminine energy as well, guys, is you're finding this place of wholeness and unconditional love within yourself in a state of neutrality and receivership in your feminine energy. And it is broadcasting out to the world that I already have everything that I need within me. I don't need any evidence. I don't need any conversations or results or tangible evidence of the love, the connection, the empowerment, the support, the joy, whatever it is you're seeking. You can come, you listening to this episode can come to a place where you have sourced all of that within. And it's not a matter of getting it. It's a matter of realigning with it and remembering within you that you already have everything that you need. And I know it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because you're like, I deserve this. I deserve that. It's not a worthiness journey. It's so confusing because we have desires for a reason. The desires and the strength of the desire is also an indication of how in alignment it is for you. So you might be like, I have a desire to create financial freedom for myself. And it's not actually about the money. It's the financial freedom that you're wanting for yourself. This is an example, is because you have high values of freedom and, creative expression and feeling resourced and feeling safe. I don't want to be in survival anymore. I want to thrive, etc. That desire is not random. That desire is a calling card from your future self, giving you the breadcrumbs of how to keep moving forward and becoming. It's an identity journey. How do I become the version of Zoe, or whoever's, your name as you're listening? How do I become the version of Zoe that feels free? We embody that sense of freedom already, and we get into this complete state of delusion, which is, I call delulu. It's very, that slang's very popular on social media in these sort of, more woo-woo spiritual personal development realms. And we shut out all the noise we get into our delulu and we do the work that we need to do to embody whatever value is wanting to be obtained through our desire. Does that make sense? So if you have a desire to be loved, be that love for yourself. If you have a desire for freedom, free yourself, and there's so many ways to do this. And I, am working hard all the time to create beautiful offerings. I have a Courage to Change course coming out soon. If you're resonating with this episode and you want, a support network and some guidance through your change journey, which, you will have to exercise the art of surrender, join the waitlist. The link's in the bio, whatever, the show notes of this episode. And that course will be really helpful as well. I'm also thinking about reopening one-on-ones to sort of coach people in a very personalized way about this journey. So yeah, I'll hopefully pop that on my website soon, or reach out to me if you want to book that. I'm sure I'll have it up there soon. Anyway, bit of a tangent, bit of a plug, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. But I'm saying this is very symbolic, and this is very generalized what I'm saying, of like, find that safety within yourself, find that love within yourself. I obviously don't know your personal circumstances and the blocks that you're experiencing, or the limitations, etc. So I can't do this. I can't do an episode like, okay, these are the things that you need to do to love yourself and free yourself, etc. Because it's unique to everyone's experience, because we have, traumas and limiting beliefs and all of these things. And then we've got, my values might be different to your values, but yeah. So a bit of a tangent, but basically I'm just doing a very symbolic, generalized reminder of how to bring our power back to ourselves. And yeah, the reason we have these desires. So the art of letting go is not us losing hope. It is not us giving up on our desires, and it is not in any way a disempowering or passive experience. The art of letting go is the most empowering and active process. And the reason I mentioned today that I woke up this morning, was feeling flat and contracted and everything. I want to mention that because the art of letting go is not a one-time decision and or experience. Yes, we can do cord cutting meditations. We can, set intentions. We can call our energy back to ourselves. But, and I've been actively doing that. And my grief journey that I've been on the last few years, I lost my dad a few years ago. The grief journey has just been the most potent container for me to learn how to let go again and again and again. And that's the thing. It's not a passive journey. It's not a one-time thing. I woke up this morning, was like, oh God, I feel so contracted. I feel so heavy. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I'm holding on too tight to particular circumstances, and I'm outsourcing my power because I want things to work out in a particular way. And it gets you into this hard done by victimhood mentality. And that's just not the case. When you're feeling the resistance to letting go, or you're feeling like you're trying to control too much from a place of fear, it's not a time to beat yourself up. It's a time to practice compassionate, loving self-awareness. So I did that this morning, like, oh wow, like I'm literally struggling to even be in the present moment because I'm obsessing over particular circumstances playing out. And then I have this dialogue in my head of like, I deserve this, and this isn't happening fast enough, and blah, blah, blah. And it's so disempowering and it's so pointless. But I have the ability to have that self-awareness and be like, okay, all right, you're just, too in your masculine right now, and you're not hard done by. Change is the only constant in life, and you are getting really clear on the values that you want to call into your life through your desires that are breadcrumbs from your higher self, being like, hey, follow this, hey, do that, hey, message this person, hey, do this, hey, let go of that. And I'm being called into my highest timeline and to my greatest expression of myself through my desires. So when you are being invited to let go, you are not giving up hope, and you are not you're not letting go, but you're not giving up. Like letting go and giving up are different things, and letting go is not giving up, because I just said they're different things. All right, I'm looping. But I just really want to bring that point home, because you might feel like, oh, but if I let go of this circumstance, person, place, thing, it's sending a message that I don't want it. And that is completely 100% not the case. You are actually sending a message to yourself and to the universe that I am aware of this desire. and I'm going to live with an open heart and a hopeful mind and a hopeful heart. And if this particular circumstance is meant to be in my experience, I trust through the art of letting go and surrendering that these circumstances are not by any way, shape, or form. They don't feel like they're in my experience right now. Or I want to call back my energy from a past experience because I don't want to be that identity anymore. I want to move forward and be present and have this clarity and expansive energy to call in the new desires. So just remember that you letting go does not mean that that thing won't happen for you. But if you have done everything that feels inspired and aligned to have that particular circumstance in your life and it is not here yet, then baby girl, it's not meant to be here yet. Or if you have had a particular circumstance in your life for a while, but you're feeling not like your easy, breeziest, highest, most confident self because of that, that's another indication that you need to practice the art of letting go and put that situation down and move forward with your experience and call your energy back to yourself. And calling your energy back to yourself can be as simple as stating that out loud. So you might be thinking of the circumstance, taking some deep breaths, feeling quite dysregulated, feeling very scared, feeling very confused. Take some deep breaths and just state, claim, I call my energy back to myself. And say that a few times. Stare at yourself in the mirror, do some mirror work, make eye contact with yourself and claim your energy. Call it back into yourself. And the mirror work's really beautiful as well because it can invite some emotions. And if you feel completely heartbroken and, all over the shop about this letting go, let it come through. It just needs to move through you. And it's such a beautiful sign that whatever was happening for you was serving you in some way, or that the love was real, or, there's no reason to be scared of how important that thing felt or feels for you. It's just, if it's not happening right now, it's because you're trying to call that in or hold on to that thing from a place of lack, and you're being invited to clear out the channels, get the circumstances, the conversations, the people, the job, whatever it is out of the way, and come back, call your energy back into yourself and just do that inner work to rebuild your sense of self-worth, rebuild your confidence, rebuild your courage, rebuild your love for yourself, foster a sense of inner safety rather than struggling or feeling disempowered, And nothing in life is permanent. So if you are, ending something or letting go of something that's happened in the past, or the thing that's you wanting to call in, the desire that you're calling in, hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that that thing is going to go away forever. You are just calling your power back to yourself so that you can experience the beauty of this present moment with these particular circumstances, rather than delaying that sense of joy and inner safety and accomplishment and whatever it is that you're searching for. That, you're outsourcing your power to that particular desire, or not letting go of that thing that you need to let go of, And when you're being invited to do that, it's just inviting you to come back to being in the present moment, which is the most beautiful experience ever. And all of the little things that don't seem important to you right now because you're so caught up in a particular circumstance, say, you walk outside and I'm looking outside right now, it's a beautiful sunny day, but the version of me this morning wouldn't have felt gratitude for that beautiful day because I'm outsourcing my power and all of my energy and attention and focus to a particular circumstance playing out somewhere in the future, So when you can just let go and call your energy back into yourself, I promise you, it might feel heavy at the start and it might feel heartbreaking at the start, but just be present with all of those emotions. It means that you are real. It means that you have the ability to love deeply. It means you have the ability to hope and have, motivation and inspiration for living your best life. But if all of those things are taking you away from the simple pleasure of being alive and having oxygen coming through your lungs and being able to feel your beautiful, healthy skin and all of that, then it's not meant to happen right now, because our desires aren't here to distract us and keep us out of our power, So even if you're letting go of a particular circumstance, or like as in letting go of something you're holding on to, or letting go of how something will play out in the future, it doesn't mean that that thing from the past or the thing that you're desiring from the future will not come into your experience. And that again is how we come into our feminine energy, by trusting that what is meant for us will not pass us by. Maybe it's something that you need to let go of and come into a beautiful season of change and stillness, and find your voice again, and rest, and get to know and love yourself without particular circumstances and distractions. And then when you are, a high vibrational, feeling like a high vibrational version of yourself again, it will come in divine timing. I also want to mention that this isn't a worthiness journey, and it isn't, life isn't a reward and punishment thing. So you need to be in a place where you're doing this inner work and just loving yourself unconditionally, and loving your life unconditionally, where you literally forget about the thing that you want to call in, the particular circumstance you want to call in. And it's, if you're finding yourself being like, yep, okay, sweet, I'm on my letting go journey, and I'm just gonna like cruise, and whatever happens but you find you're checking your phone every 2 minutes for that email about the job, or that text from that boy, or whatever, you're not truly in your feminine energy and trusting that what is meant for you will not pass you by. So be mindful of that little egoic control trap there of, oh, okay, well, I just simply need to do the work, and then life will reward me with these particular circumstances because I've been a good, obedient student of life. It does not work like that. We want to, and you're probably like, well, why the fuck do I want to do all this work then? Babe, I get you. We are doing this work to improve our experience with life, just moment to moment. Like I said, it's coming back to that simplicity, because what is the point in feeling lonely and lost and confused and disempowered right up until that particular desire comes along? And the particular desire will not come along, because like attract like. All right, let's try that again. Like attracts like. That's like a universal energetic law. So if you're sitting around feeling disempowered and confused, etc., you will not call in an authentic desire. You will call in like a karmic lesson that will invite you to bring your power back to yourself. So if you've ever been sitting on the couch feeling really lonely, like, oh man, I've been single for so long, like I deserve a partner, etc. And then the next day you call in, a beautiful man, you go and have coffee and he asks for your number, etc. That relationship will not be the thing that you're looking for. It will be a temporary experience, and it will be a lesson, because you need to be magnetizing through your own inner security and unconditional love and all of the things that you're sourcing from a relationship. You will not find those in a relationship. You might find them temporarily, but then that relationship will end or disintegrate, because like attracts like, and it will only be filling a void. And then the lessons and the hardships and everything will come up. And this is not a reason to beat yourself up, but you might be thinking back to your previous experiences. And this has happened to me. I'm speaking from experience. I call in something and I'm like, oh, thank God, here it is, my manifestation. Like that example of me being like, hey, I'm really ready for a relationship, this is fucked, and going out and getting, the barista's number. That happened to me. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. The universe does have my back. Like, what the hell? But no, I was calling in that desire from a place of lack. And the universe is like, all right, yeah, you're committed to your empowerment journey. We're going to bring you this particular person there was a beautiful experience at the start. And then all of that, scarcity and confusion and, feelings of like not feeling loved or supported or connected, all of those slowly came back. And it's not to say that the past version of me did something wrong, but that's what life will do. It will constantly bring you situations that are inviting you to bring that love and power back to yourself. And that's what I mean. You can't be conditional on this journey of letting go and be like, oh, I'm letting go of any desire to be, loved and connected with and start a family, etc. No, it's okay to have those desires, but the art of letting go is you putting down this user manual that you think has the guide to your life and just saying to the universe, all right, I've got my hands off the steering wheel. I trust that I am in a co-creative journey with you. I trust that divine timing is everything. And all I need to do right now is work on making the most enriching, delicious experience with my life, moment to moment to moment. And then you come into such a space of wholeness and fulfillment and commitment from that simplicity of just being you and having the four walls that are around you right now and the cat or dog in your life, all of those things. You are so distracted with presence, which is sort of a paradox, but you're just so focused on the present moment and the beauty within and without, within, and I mean without, like in your surroundings, that you forget that you even had that desire. And that's the whole surrender piece there. It's like, you don't have to give up on the desire, but you have to let go of how and when it will come into your experience and just come back to the wholeness and the beauty of life and yourself. And we're only here for a certain amount of time, guys. So you don't want to be on the couch waiting for a boy to text you back and completely, wasting a weekend not enjoying yourself because you're like, oh, why won't he text me? Or, oh, he's on social media. It's just so icky. And I'm not doing this to judge you. I've done it as well. Or, I want a job and then I check in my email all the time. It's like, no, I'm outsourcing my power and I'm missing the whole point of life. The point of life is to love and be free and enjoy ourselves and just... We're not qualified to be in the driver's seat of this experience at all times. And you might also think that a desire will, fulfill something in you, but maybe that desire is not coming along because something better is out there for you as well. So it's not about ruminating on why this thing hasn't happened and what's going wrong with me. It's an invitation to improve your relationship with yourself. If you're letting go of something and it creates some stillness in your life or an opportunity for solitude in your life, don't feel hard done by. That solitude and that stillness is your invitation to find your voice again. It is your invitation to reconnect with that inner guidance and that intuition that we've always had available to us. But if we're out there leaking our energy, people pleasing with circumstances, people, places and things, and we're distracted and we're dysregulated and we're not feeling fulfilled and we're ignoring that, that discomfort of like, no, this is what I want. This is what I want. I don't want to be alone, or I don't want to, take that leap of faith, and I don't want to leave my job, etc. You will never find that voice, like that literal voice through your throat chakra talking, but you won't find that inner voice and that inner guidance and that inner compass. And that's when you do find that, like I said, one, you've actually totally forgotten about your desires. It doesn't mean you don't want them, but you're also not using whether your desires are in your life or not as a black or white film or filter of like, okay, today's good, today's bad. Like he texts me today, today's great, and then doesn't text you tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's going to be shit. You know what I mean? Like it's so disempowering and it's so exhausting. That's why you're feeling contracted and that's why you're feeling flat, because you are being invited to call your energy back into yourself. So I think I'm sort of saying the same thing a whole bunch of times now, guys. So that's probably a good chance and opportunity to leave it there. But I really, really hope that I have inspired you to just put down the tools, put down I need to write these certain affirmations. Like if those things are filling up your cup, that's fine. But if you're doing, say, affirmations and rituals and practices and things from this very lack-based conditional space, then it's probably time to put all of the tools down and just come back to getting to know yourself. And by you, quotation marks, forgetting about your desires, it does not mean that they're going to be like, well, your desires aren't going to be like, well, fuck her, she doesn't want us anymore. It's about letting go, which is the whole point of the episode. But yeah, I hope this has inspired you guys. Letting go is not scary. It's the most beautiful, empowering experience ever. And I promise you that your spark, your light, your inspiration, and all of your desires will find you as soon as you can effectively let go. So do that sooner rather than later. All right, I love you guys. See you on the next step. Hey my loves, I hope you loved the episode. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to all things Oasis State, and I'll see you in the next episode.